again. Sorry about that. Panic.exe. We're back again. Carry on, James.
Elaine says, what we need is a decision.
Well, my vote goes for going to the Dwarf Outpost to send people there, and then sending a scouting group west, perhaps, to find if there's another place, settlement we could stay in. What's that rumbling? There's someone outside?
Someone on the roof. It's a fiddler.
And you, Ella, wasn't it? You've been very what's the word? Absorbent.
You've been very absorbent. I've poured a lot of water onto you, and you've taken it all in. It's remarkable.
You've been standing there absorbed.
Yeah, the ship capsized. Sorry.
Been standing there taking things in. What would you suggest?
I would suggest sending those who can't fight to the outpost. It's somewhere safe, easily defensible from what I've seen and heard.
We've literally seen nothing.
And other than that, we need to find somewhere that can support all of us.
I agree.
And Yorick, in fact, says, and you, Mountain Dwarf?
Sergeant Byrne at your service.
He gives a solemn nod at that, kind of an approving nod.
Yes. I sort of dismiss Finbar entirely. Do you have transport that we can load to the wounded and supplies into?
We have 2 wagons. He says, we have 2 wagons, but nothing more than that. A couple of horses. Far more than we've got wounded.
Yorick and Steve and Elaine, due to the unfortunate loss of Captain Alexander, may his soul forever rest in peace. The way I see it, you need someone who can organise things and be in charge of something around here.
Yeah, we do.
Got anyone lined up for the job?
One of the corporals. Yorick says
about me?
Yorick just says no.
Who made you in charge, by the way?
Like full blown throws his head back and roars with laughter at that. Like it's when adrenaline is just wearing off and like you just
laughing for no apparent reason.
Oh no, I'm laughing for a very apparent reason.
It's quite
Ella
apparent.
chuckles slightly.
I say, who made you in charge, Yorick? I forget.
Yorick says, by the laws of military disasters on Therath, what regiment were you in?
We're not on Therath.
He brushes you over the hand. He says to Ben, what regiment were you in?
I sort of give a sort of awkward look at the floor, but I say, I served with the infamous 186th Dwarven Heavy Infantry.
Cool. He says, and your name?
It's Sergeant Baron Goldtrum.
Make that Captain Ben Goldtrum. Congratulations.
I just sort of nod.
Gives you a nod. He gives the dwarven salute, the hand to chest. Down.
Racism.
Yeah. I give that back, and I'm literally Finbar. Is Finbar still in the room? No one knows.
He's still in the room.
I say, Major York. It is Major, isn't it? Sorry.
It's Major York. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Major York, may I ask if I realise this is, of course, a delicate matter, and I wish no disrespect upon your loyal guards who have fought so bravely in defence of this town, but I require some armour.
Yeah, Yorick says, don't worry, we'll see. He says, don't worry, we'll see to it from stores.
I nod and say, I'll with your permission, I'd like to start. Well, I'd like to take stock of what we have to move.
Very well, Captain.
Right, I'll be needing my money soon because helped you out last time with all the food, got all the outposts, saved everyone's lives. Gonna need some form of payment.
Elaine says, that's not our priority at the moment, Finbar. I'm sure you
Afraid
can
it's
imagine.
mine.
Elaine turns to Ella and says, "What? So you are of the opinion that we should go to the outpost and take shelter there?"
For the injured, the weak, the women and the children, the women that can't fight. She smiles slightly.
He gives you
Then
the most approving cool old man nod. This bitch
then
kicks ass.
I believe they should be sent to the outpost, and those who can fight and are more able to go in search of greener pastures,
Right,
so to
so
speak.
everyone agrees with my idea. Excellent.
I turn to Major York and say, how many of your men how many of your men will you be sending to defend the convoy of those unable to fight?
Yorick says, as far as I'm concerned, we should take everyone in one go. Take shelter in the outpost to the east and find more land from there. No point spreading our limited force over 2 locations. Keep together for as long as possible.
I nod and say, would you be sending forward a expeditionary force to make sure that it is not occupied when we arrive? The last thing we want to do is fight with a convoy full of women and children who are vulnerable. And I give Ella like a no offense.
She nods in return. She understands.
Yeah.
When I said those who are vulnerable, I look directly at Finbar.
I saved your life.
Yorick says, do you say that in character?
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Yorick says, is that you volunteering to Ben?
I immediately stand to attention, snap off a salute, and say, "It'd be an honor, sir."
Yeah, he says, very well. Gather 4 men. And also, he tosses you a badge. It's a square instead of a triangle, but other than that, it's the same as your previous badge of rank. And he says, gather 4 men. It's go and speak to Darius. He's got an accurate map of it, and then head off.
Cool.
We shall be no more than half a day behind you.
I nod. I don't speak to. This is awkward, James, because I would definitely ask Darius to come because Darius is.
Darius,
fine.
yeah. Whatever reason you want, Darius isn't coming. You can make up a reason and not talk about it now because you're not playing Darius.
Okay.
Elaine says, Ella, Finbar, perhaps you could help organize the people into gathering what possessions we can carry, food, water supplies, and getting ready to move. And Yorick pitches in and says, yep, we should be gone by midday.
I'd like it to be known that
I guess
have,
Darius would be assembling.
I said I'd like it to be known between Steve and 3 of us that I have no confidence in Yorick's ability to command anymore after the disastrous events of last night. But I will, of course, do my best as long as I'm paid.
Baron walks directly over to you and says, "It has been noted," and briskly walks past him.
All right, little dwarf. See you later.
And
What's
Ella
your name
steps
again?
before
I
him.
don't remember.
Ella steps before
Ella
him.
steps before him.
What, in front of, but
Hello.
between?
And in front of Finbar.
Yeah.
And kind of she stretches out a bit and shows her full height and size and the fact she's the best part of a foot taller than him.
Hello.
With a great sword and 4 javelins and a bullwhip.
Great sword. Yes, I'm just trying to understand why you've called it that, but interesting name.
And she's not being threatening. But
Hello, massive
because
woman.
obviously she's not allowed.
I'm being feminine right now.
She would like she's going all Brienne of Tar, um,
Bobbing.
but she'd like to make it perfectly clear that she believes it was not Yorick's fault, the attack.
This woman who
How
has
does
no
she
knowledge.
signal this with her body language?
I was going to say, does she use words or does she? She's literally.
Oh, I
holding
got all
it,
that from
she's
one
written it
look.
Down.
But no,
You're
she,
such
yeah,
deep
she
eyes.
kind of not sizes him up, but and she says to him, "It was an unprovoked attack.
Yeah, I'm
cannot
sorry, you
question
know, I'm
his
sorry,
leadership
woman.
on one
what's your name?
attack."
Ella? I'm sorry, you do know nothing about this. Thank you for following XR30. Welcome to the adventure. I say, yeah, I'm sorry, you clearly know nothing of the situation. You've just arrived here. Anyway, I appreciate your.
I seem to know more than you
height.
do.
Well, yes, I'm sure you do, little girl. Right, let us continue.
I just want to pat him on the head. Really
I'm
condescendingly.
I'm out the door.
Yeah, he's out the door. What do you guys do then? We'll have Ella first. What do you do?
Ella is following orders. She is going to go around the few houses that are still standing and tell them the situation, what the plan is, and help pack the few worldly possessions that they have.
Cool. Can you roll me? What kind of check can we do for that? Don't bother rolling a check. Finbar, what do you do?
I'm trying to decide if Finbar even wants to stay at this point because he's got nothing for him here really.
What's like? Should we in a monologue it just briefly?
Well, Finbar's thinking. Well, he's not getting paid. He's getting turned over for like everything. Well, he's been like, you know, he's done some good things for the town, whether or not he has good intentions or not. He has done some good things for the town. He hasn't really been recognised for it by anyone that's in command, because he doesn't like him, and they don't like him, which is fair enough. They don't like him, but so he's thinking like, well, I haven't got not getting paid for anything, not getting any recognition for anything, which is what he craves. Is recognition. Not so much the money, but he like. Being so egotistical, he just demands that he is like acknowledged for something.
Really, he's egotistical. I never noticed.
Spoiler alert, everyone.
He's like, I'm a bard, but I want to be in charge now.
Yes. so Finbar's thing is like, well, I'm pretty famous back at home, so I might just sail off back on the little fishing boat with what's her name, Steph.
Like it's not a seaworthy vessel.
He doesn't
That
care.
Oh my god.
I want to go speak to Ishtoak, my friend Darius. That's what you do.
Cool. I'm going to go out on a limb. Yeah, just that Darius. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to. Bullshit. We're doing a bit. Ben, what's Ben doing?
Baron went to see Darius and found out that Darius A has given him like a map of the area, and B has been conscripted into actually guarding the civilians. Him being good with a bow.
Cool.
I
was gonna suggest that. Yeah, he's on.
Yeah.
He's leading a kind of small militia.
And he's sort of also like going to help them guide because he's been there before. But
Yeah.
he's given me a good approximation of where I'm going.
Indeed. So do you set off?
Well, no, I need to find a couple of good men.
Cool. You can just find four good men.
I would find 3, and then I would see if Ella was needed to like guard the company.
Cool. You can certainly speak to her about it. Ella, you're helping like some little old lady get her like I don't know, like her walking stick from inside a like destroyed house, and then approaches you.
Ella, I realize, of course, that you are quite busy, but I need some strong, stout-worthy fighters with me.
She smiles. Are you asking me to go on your expedition with you?
Well, I'm not commanding you, but I would very much appreciate the help.
I think it would just have to be okayed by, is it Major Yorick?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, that's
Yes.
him. Of course.
But
I will
I
be
have
telling him
no
all.
issues with it.
Okay, cool. Then I will go find Major Yorick.
Cool.
Stop.
To summarize, he would he's fine with it.
Cool.
And yeah, so you guys set off. So what? Yeah,
Before
sorry. After you, yeah.
before we go, bearing in mind, like, it was only what, a 20-minute walk to the village from the shipwreck.
Yes.
Would I be able to run back and loot my chest for anything I forgot to
I
pick up in the
assumed.
rush of leaving?
I assumed. No, I assumed you already had everything. So whatever was it.
Okay,
You
that's
have
fair
all.
enough then. Retcon that out then. Because I know I didn't specify picking everything up, so
Yes.
and I
well,
knowing you
In
then
that vein, I presume I managed to get fitted for some splint armor, James.
Yes, you have splint armor now. It's
Sweet.
in the purple colours, the Gerst military force, like guard forces.
That's cool. I've essentially just been conscripted into the guard.
Yeah.
I'm absolutely fine.
Yeah. So whatchamacallit? In one sentence, describe to me what action Darius would counsel to Finbar. One sentence only, with regards to what he should do.
With commas
Oh.
and semicolons.
Commas, just every word is hyphenated and it goes on forever.
Basically, he'd just say like, Finbar, you're a really nice guy, but sometimes I get really sick of your shit. Now stop bitching, stop worrying about your own problems, because if you want to make your name for yourself out here, people have to be out here. So shut up, grab something that looks heavy, and help me load it. And he gets back to work.
Cool. Just describe what. So what's Finbar going to do then? I'm not going to speak about this track.
Yeah.
Just he gives you a neutral response.
He probably does.
He's
do
neither
that.
here nor there.
He probably
he's
does.
pretty quite confused.
He'd love to talk to you, Finbar, but he's just in the middle of some calibrations.
I'm going to go up the tower and speak to Major Yorick. I look fairly determined as I walk in it. I've taken in the advice from Darius.
Cool. So the door's open. He's sitting there with Elaine.
I say, I can have a word alone with you, Yorick. Don't get excited.
Yeah. Elaine stands up and nods, and as he walks past, he stops. He's shuffling very slowly because he's quite old. He puts a hand on your shoulder, and he says, "As Peregrine teaches us, wisdom is the path that you must choose."
Who's Peregrine?
Peregrine is the god of travelers.
No, I ask him that.
Oh, the god of travelers.
Traveling. Traveling does sound good. Thank you.
Yeah. He shuffles on down the stairs. You hear it's like every 2 minutes you just hear like the clop of one more stair because it takes. He's got like a walk. He's the slowest
16
man.
more to go.
Yeah. So Yorick begrudgingly says, "Take a seat."
I close the door and stand and say, Yorick, what do you think of me?
And
be honest, because you know what I think of you, and it's not much.
He looks rather bemused. He says, "You seem to rather overstate your own capacity for fighting, certainly. However, you have proven yourself to have some use in the past."
Some use. Please explain.
Well, you did discover that outpost, and you did, along with this track, kill a significant number of drow and goblins,
Found
which
the
is
guards
not.
too. Killed the goblins. Killed hundreds of drow. Yeah, did pretty well.
However, your personality is, whilst not important to me in my profession, does not make you an easy man to work with.
Well, I could say the same of you. Perhaps we're not so different, really.
Says,
Other than height and race thing, and the smell.
Says,
Obviously, I smell a lot better.
he says, "That's the joy of opinions, Finbar. Not everyone has to agree with you."
I think about it. And say, do you...
is he like? But they should.
yeah. He's like, what? Yeah. He's like, what do you think of yourself? Do Do you feel like you're doing well here? Honestly,
I do my duty,
do you think you're doing it well?
as well as any man would.
I raise my eyebrows. We're really quite similar. Yeah, I'd say that too.
He coughs and says, "Do you have a point, Finbar?"
Well, I don't know really. I don't know. I kind of look out the window, all the people on the like clearing out rubble and stuff.
Yeah. Well, they're loading up possessions on guns and they're helping the Aemir's there. He says, "Take only what possessions you need." Gambling is just hitting the bell. No. Yeah. Everyone's getting ready to evacuate.
Yeah, I look at him and say, I know I don't respect you, Yorick. But you know you're talking about the whole personality thing. You know, some have said I have problems with people like you.
Welcome, mortal.
And thank you for following Mac Razy99 in this intimate moment between me and a dwarf.
He says, "Who the fuck's Mac Crazy? What are you? What have you been smoking?"
Never mind. Have some of this.
That fourth wall break just then.
No, so I know I don't respect you, Yorick, but and I'm asking you to accommodate my discretions, my
Transgressions.
well, I haven't really transgressed. I mean, I've done nothing but good things for you, more than anyone else here has done, really. And you know that's true, even if you don't want to admit it.
You can see on his face that he's dubious of this fact's legitimacy.
I'm solid in them.
He's entirely convinced.
Yeah. I mean, other than the mage who like built the whole place, so I've done more than you've done. Let's face it. I mean, done more than any of your guards done. Your guards didn't kill any of them in comparison to how many I've killed. So I mean, if we're just going on kill-death ratio, mine's looking pretty good. I haven't died. I haven't
Check
fallen
out
down.
my sweet KD.
Yeah. I haven't fallen down in battle once. The others have. Maybe that's because I'm more cautious in battle than others. But that's because, you know what? I've got some brains. And I assume he looks dubiously at that as well.
He looks kind of what's the word? He's thinking
Okay.
deeply about it. He's kind of looks more like intellectually critical than just like, "Oh, you're dumb."
Yeah.
Just kind of ideological differences.
Yeah. I look at him and say, you're a soldier, right? You do soldier things. You think like a soldier. Everything you do is like a soldier. And all my life I've hated that routine, that strictness about everything that you do and everything that you represent. And I know for you it's probably the same. You hate people like me who don't follow rules and don't do things the way you think they should be done. But I'm not a soldier, you see. I'm just not. But I'm trying to do some good things whilst also helping myself at the same time. Yes, that's true. But who isn't trying to find, something that makes their life important around here, of all places? So I'm saying, don't treat me as a soldier. Treat me as someone like, I don't know, Elaine over there. I mean, obviously less feminine and younger and more handsome. But yeah, I don't want to be in the same camp as these other soldiers that you can order around and stuff. Because it's not me and it won't work. And honestly, if things continue on that way, I can't stay. Because I've got problems with authority. Alright, there, I said it. I've got problems with your authority and some of the, frankly, questionable decisions that you've made. Obviously, I can make different ones. Maybe they'd be better. Maybe they wouldn't, but they probably would be. But I've got this thing where, and I've recognized it, so this is stage one. I mean, Darius have been telling me, recognizing that I have some kind of problem is the first stage of dealing with it. So I'm saying, I need to be... I mean, this is pathetic, but I need some respect.
He says, well, clean slate from here. However, if you ever do consider leaving, I'd advise against it. We've got no ships, and I don't see you as much of the survivalist.
I have my ways. I've never died yet, have I?
Very
And
true.
Been the only one that hasn't. So
He says, in that case, go and do what you feel makes you useful. Try and keep me in the loop. He
big
gestures.
brains.
He gestures to the door.
Yeah, it's a nice one actually. Where'd you get that from?
He finishes.
I wink at him and
Yeah. He doesn't look as angry as he normally does at you.
Actually, before I leave, I go to shake his hand.
He shakes your hand.
Okay.
Yeah. So
There's a shock buzzer in your hand, and you just electrocute.
Got him.
yeah. So what do you do? What are you going to go and do to be useful?
I'm going to go and raise morale the only way I know how.
Yep.
He's gonna
Cool.
play some jigs.
Roll me a performance.
Yep. Do I fall into a whirlwind romance?
Yes. It's with Elaine.
Oh god. Performance. Okay, I rolled a 29.
Yeah. So you'd hear this other player characters. You hear the sounds of the lute and the drums and
It's
a kind of
so,
it's what kind of song is it?
yeah. So
Like-
what I'm doing, what I want to say I've been doing on that high roll that high.
Do you release a charity single?
I do,
Raise
yeah.
money. Raise
To
money
raise
for
money
Cold.
for send help for cold ports. It's really big on the mainland actually. So you probably hadn't heard of it. Anyway, I head over.
So it's probably the only thing that he's released that you probably haven't heard of.
So what I want to say I've done is like the dead and the dead basically. There's like I want to have there's like a funeral pyre or something, or they're burying them or something.
Yeah,
Some kind of service. And Finbar is there, and he's not dressed in his like really ridiculous attire. He's changed for it. He's wearing like simple like dark clothes to be respectful and stuff. And there's like a service being held. And then Finbar plays like a really sad tune. And maybe the other players are there if like a lot of people are going to see this.
Yeah, I'd imagine you guys might be maybe at the back of the crowd as you're preparing to leave.
You
yeah,
might just
sort of, like we'd probably walk past there.
yeah. Because like all the guard would might turn up to like a
Yeah. Most everyone is there. Like who's not like critically injured.
Yeah.
Maybe like some of the medical staff aren't there.
Yeah. So I play my song. It's fucking moving. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah,
There
there's
it
like
is. And I come off and I look actually quite sad.
cool. So we've got 10 minutes left. What are you going to do next, Finbar?
I see the two over there, the dwarf and Ella, and
Yeah.
I put down my instrument and stuff, and say, "Listen, we got off to a bad start." To the dwarf, and I say,
The dwarf has actually sort of just like he's almost a little bit of like he seems a little bit choked up, and he looks very resentful about it. It was that good a performance. He's not happy that it was you, but it was a very beautiful service.
All right, I have that effect on women. No, I don't.
Finbar effect.
I don't say that. I say,
I was gonna say I burst into flame.
yeah. I say,
Sorry.
listen, we got off to a bad start, and I hold out my hand and say, I'm Finbar. You might have heard of me.
I say, did you spend much time serving with the 186th?
I say, actually, when I got here, me and a friend of mine, Darius, I think you might have met him. We went out to find a couple of missing guards. I think one of them was called Michael, one of them, I forget the other's name, but we went out to try and save them.
Okay, just to clarify, at this point, you literally Baron's entire face has just fallen at the mention of Mike, and he says, "Michael is he is dead."
I say, we couldn't save him. There were gnolls. We killed them. We killed them afterwards, and I brought back his body to be buried. But we were too late.
I nod very, very somberly and say, "He was a good man. He was stationed at the military installation in the mountains where I served. He was a good man. I was there when he departed for Anesterion. That's how I met Major Yorick, although I doubt he remembers me."
I'm sorry to hear that.
I shake my head and say, "It's a damn good thing to have brought the body back. You have my thanks."
Right. Well, we best make ourselves useful, or make me useful. So, I do like a mock salute. He doesn't do it properly or anything. I say,
Is it like the dwarf, or do you just sort of like randomly like slap?
Just does it on the wrong arm.
yeah,
with the wrong arm.
it's Ricky. But then I say, Sergeant,
He's
or whatever you are. I don't know, Captain.
he's
I
a
don't know.
captain.
Captain, yeah.
Cool. So shall we summarize? So you guys are you all going to go to scout ahead for the outpost?
I'm quickly going to ask Yorick, A, can Ella come? Which
Yep.
I presume is
You've
okay.
already done that.
B,
Yes.
oh, well, yeah, it sort of wasn't mentioned. And B, can we get mounts at all? I know obviously they are few and far between.
I
And
forgot. Yeah, that's how I go with you the whole time. People have still been looking at it weird. No, every last horse is being used for carrying gear.
yeah, I
I have a mount.
Horses don't really. Dwarves don't traditionally ride horses where they ride ponies, and there are no ponies.
You
Horses.
could get on my tiger.
I am only tiny.
I
Yeah.
bet you could.
You're.
Mount that bushy.
Yeah. So you guys, either way. So I want to know who is leading the way to the dwarf outpost.
Oh, I know where
me.
I know where. I'd argue that I know where it is.
I
from
also have
We have a map,
spoken
don't
to
we?
Darius, got a full map.
Yeah,
Yes.
we've got a map. Yeah. So.
So
yeah.
one of you roll survival for me.
You probably have a better survival than me, to be honest. So.
I don't know because I don't know my character so well.
Oh mate, I won in the dungeon. I'm up to 1,008 gold.
I'm going to take
Woo!
it all
Best
away.
on 2,500
from
and she's
me.
never.
Welcome, K Money 2007. If you, by the way, if you participate in dungeon, you need some gold so you can play. You get 50 gold just for following. So follow.
That's
Yeah,
810.
Yeah.
I don't have inspiration, I suppose, for
No.
playing.
But you find, with the help of the map and Finbar's knowledge, you find your way to the outpost. It's when you get there, it's still deserted. There's a lot of eviscerated bodies of dwarves there, and yeah, you arrive, and that will be the end of the session.
Cool.
A very emotional and roleplay filled session.
I
that
loved
was.
it. Oh, it was
Sure.
brilliant.
I like how our characters came at the end to actually like each
Yeah.
other after the initial
The initial.
I love
You're a
Finbar's.
dick.
That was very good Finbar development. I was like, oh god, Finbar's just gonna be a bellend and get killed.
Yeah, no, I wanted him to not to be the same all the way through. He needed to be able to be around people who were nice. He needed to change a little.
Yeah. I figured, yeah, because he's gone from being like the new guy in town, the new interesting person, I guess, in every tavern
Yeah.
that he used to play in, and now he's gone here and he's a recognised face, and people just expect him to get on with stuff, and he's
Yeah.
just like, love me.
There's pretty well. The thing is,
I think I did quite well at not killing him.
Well, yeah, it's because your character wouldn't have
I
killed
would
him.
just go
This is
invisible. I would just turn invisible. And then loot your corpses.
And I would just repeatedly swing my sword around until it chopped her head off.
Except point of order, you wouldn't, because your character's lawful good and isn't going to murder someone
No,
for being
I said
annoying.
I would.
True.
I would, not Ella. I would.
Right.
Remind
The
me
point
not
is,
to.
I was
Remind
very
me not.
good at not
Remind me
trying
not to
knock
arm Beth.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I've been James.
Oh, I
He's
need to
been Will.
donate.
You
Yeah,
do,
Beth's,
quickly.
Beth's going to sort that last
Let's do that
9 quid
once
out.
we talk through some stuff.
So, things that are happening next Monday, we've got Broken Kingdom. Wednesday, we have the first episode of Solace, our Stars Without Number
God.
campaign with the Brothers Galleon, with with Sal, the android, and with, I've forgotten the psyker's name.
Someone, yeah, I can't remember. It's a woman.
This female psyker.
It's a female.
It's a grill.
It's a girl.
And then on Thursday we have another episode of Anesterion, possibly with Beth. She's going to find out. We'll let you know on Monday what the cast is going to be.
The website
It'll be
is also on Wednesday.
yeah,
1st of
website's going to come up on Wednesday. Shall we just tell people what the games are going to be on the 12-hour stream? Generate some hype.
Yeah,
Anyone who is in the chat that hasn't followed, please follow. Because at 200 followers, we're doing a charity live stream.
please do. It's going to raise money for charity, Macmillan Cancer Support, and for MenCap, which is
City of Chelmsford Mancap, affiliated with the Royal Mancap, but not part of it. Yeah, we're going to be playing, DM'd by me. We're going to be playing. Oh bloody hell! I need to download
Dungeon
the
World.
I'm going to be running Dungeon World, which is a very player-driven dungeon fantasy RPG, and we're going to be playing a game called Worlds in Peril, which is all about superheroes and supervillains, and they're both under the very similar system.
Yeah.
And we're going to have Will. What are you going to be?
I'm going to be
DMing?
playing Apocalypse World. I'll be GMing a game of Apocalypse World. It'll be wacky and interesting,
Yes!
Fallout style madness, and I will be also GMing a Song of Ice and Fire game, which I know
Oh,
Beth
yeah.
and James will be
Let
very
the hype
excited
begin.
about.
So much hype.
Awesome!
So much
I-
I
hype.
love you guys.
It's-
I was just like, this is news to us, isn't it?
Yes, we haven't been told any of
Me and Will just plot.
Yeah, we've
Behind.
got evil
They don't
things.
tell us anything.
Nope.
Will, is it going to be? I think it's going to be separate from our private game.
I've yet to decide exactly what it's going to be.
Cool. We shall discuss.
Yes.
But yeah, and we're also going to play a game of Yorg, YAWGH, which is just going to be half an hour of hilarity and everyone dying, which I'll explain to you guys. Google it if you don't know what it is. Yorkscast have done a few games of it, and it's just a very fun little party game. So we'll be doing that. That's why, if you have friends. I know I don't. They're all three of them are here. Just get if you can get 5 people together and follow, that will be charity live stream time. 12 hours of pure hype. If you need to find a game, go to steelborn.com. If you need to buy rule sets, go to DriveThruRPG. If you want to look at some art, go to Nick Ceris or Combi's art things, which are down below.
Yeah.
Am I forgetting anything, Will?
No. Please follow if you haven't. Bristle. I think I recognise your name. It's been a little while, but if you haven't, please follow. I feel like I've seen that name before because it's funny. But yeah, website, podcast. Oh, podcast goal. We've met our podcast donation goal. As soon as Beth donates,
Sweet, yeah.
we'll have met that, and that will be going live as soon as I can upload it, which will probably be tomorrow.
And what will be the podcast donation? Go for what?
And it's done.
Hype.
Okay, it should go up in just a moment. The next donation goal I've yet to decide or discuss with anyone.
It's my cam show.
Okay.
It's Camp Show. Any
Oh,
suggestions?
God.
Any suggestions
Um,
for something we could?
What
I think Lloyd is pretty sure it's going to be Moldark Erotica.
It's definitely not going to be Moldark. Well, it might be.
Wow.
I was going to say, Will, I don't mind. What I might do is either on stream or possibly off stream, because we can be a little bit more loose and free about it. I might run
Nice and
a session. Actually, we'll do it off stream. Because come to think of it, it would have to interrupt the schedule, and I don't have enough days where I'm not doing things at the moment. But when we say at 200 quid, we will run I will run a private session for maybe like 4 or 5 people. We'll decide on a game, and we'll just do it.
We could potentially stream it as well.
Yeah, we'll do it. We could potentially stream it. We'll do it over Skype at a time when we can all do it. And I'll DM it. We'll have some fun.
There
if
we
you guys
go,
wanna do that.
Madhouse on
but we'll
donation.
we'll work out arrangements for that. We could possibly do it during the day, so that or just find a time when majority of people could do it. Get 4 players together and have fun. We'll come to you with official documents.
Yes.
Detailing what we're going to do. But aside from that, yeah, we'll see you guys on Monday.
Monday.
Have a good weekend, everyone.
Yep.
Don't do anything Finbar wouldn't do.
Oh God.
That means basically nothing.
Do
Yeah.
anything.
Thank you everyone who's followed today. Thank you everyone who's been as normal. Thank you Delinear for donating at £9. Thank you so much, my friend. Delinear's got an awesome website. You should go check it out. It's delinear.wordpress.com. He does some great D&D articles, which are going to be a bit like encounterroleplay.com. So we're going to be doing some stuff together. Thank you, KJ Magel, for following. Lock Rhythm, Jacko Boom, XR30, and Mac Razzie 99 follows. We're 5 away from the dream. The Dream Boys of that show.
And if you missed anything, go to the YouTube. It's under the same name. I've made all the videos actually be on there now.
YouTube links below, podcast below. Sorry, Gristle Bristle, but you've got the VODs. They'll be up soon. So have a wonderful night. We'll be back on Monday, 9 p.m. BST, 4 p.m. EST, as always, and then Wednesday, and then Thursday, and then the same again for all eternity. For all of eternity.
All the time.
Yes, so I've been Will from Encounter Roleplay, signing off.
I've been James. And I've been awkward. And I've been Silence.
You will no longer be James.
And I have been drunk. No, I've been drunk.
It's broken down. Let's stop the stream. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
We love you all so much.